Hello, Kevin Lynn, Executive Director for the Institute for Sound Public Policy. Last week, Democrats made an unconvincing argument for more immigration that was premised on what they believed to be strong jobs data. However, we want to posit their argument is wrong-headed because a deeper dive into the actual employment landscape demonstrates President Biden's job growth is, well, weaker than what we are being told, with the kicker being that whatever job growth we are experiencing, those jobs are going primarily to foreign-born, many of whom illegally entered our country because of Biden's open border policies. But let's focus on the numbers. For instance, here is Representative Jamie Raskin of Maryland claiming we have a booming economy with strong job growth.
Discourage, as much as possible, illegal immigration into the country and encourage and proliferate possibilities for lawful immigration. After all, we've got a job shortage under this booming economy. We've got a job shortage under this booming economy.
Like with inflation rearing its ugly head, every time we go to the grocery store, the economic job growth numbers touted by the Biden administration for this booming economy are also overinflated. Looking just at 2023, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics revised down its job numbers in 2023 by 417,000 jobs between January and October, and that's a 15% decline. Finally, there's no shortage of working-age Americans. Analysis of U.S. Census current population survey by the Center for Immigration Studies showed at the end of 2022, 38 million U.S.-born Americans between the ages of 18 and 64 were not in the labor force, an increase of 400,000 from the end of 2019. This increase has been driven by the number of prime working-age Americans aged 25 to 54 out of the workforce, standing at close to 17 million, whose numbers have increased by 430,000 from 2019. Representative Raskin further stated that because we have had 4% or less unemployment for 2 years, the economy is booming, and we are experiencing a labor shortage.
We've had 4% or less unemployment for more than 2 years now.
The official unemployment number, mass unemployment by the millions, because it ignores Americans who have stopped looking for work in the last 4 weeks. Real unemployment is a better metric because it includes the unemployed, underemployed, and discouraged workers. The job recovery touted by the Biden administration was from the reintroduction of existing jobs following the lifting of government COVID restrictions between January 2021 and March 2022. The real unemployment rate fell from 12 to 7.5%. Since March 2022, however, the real unemployment rate has stayed around 6 to 7%. The monthly job growth numbers from the administration have not put a dent in the real unemployment numbers. Now, Representative Alexandria Ocasio Cortez from New York also touted President Biden's economic numbers. She focused on U.S. job openings being at record levels.
That U.S. job openings are at record highs, correct?
That's right.
And have we been able to have a consistent level of among our current citizenship to be able to fill those job openings?
Oh, absolutely not.
The reality is U.S. job openings are not at record levels. Hiring was at its lowest during the entirety of the Biden administration in November of 2023. Moreover, job openings have fallen from their peak back in March 2022 by 3 million, standing at 8.8 million as of November 2023. Although job openings are still higher than 2019 levels by 1 to 2 million, it's nowhere near the 4.5 million openings Representative Ocasio Cortez would have you believe. Now, Representative Ocasio Cortez also focused on the inconsistency of American citizens joining the workforce in the past couple years. Sadly, she touts the Chamber of Commerce and Koch brothers solution, which is more immigration. With this president, she has already gotten her wish. As a result of a loosening of the labor market, jobs grown under the Biden administration have gone disproportionately to foreign-born workers. Here is the month-to-month job growth of the native and foreign-born. The fact that the growth in the native and foreign-born workforce can be graphed together, even though the native workforce was close to 5 times larger than the foreign-born workforce in 2021, speaks volumes. Overall, there were 7.3 million jobs for the native-born workforce, while there were 5.1 million jobs for the foreign-born workforce. Foreign-born workers made up 41% of new jobs, despite being 17% of those employed in January 2021. The foreign-born are also overrepresented in the job recovery by 2.5 times. Native-born employment increased by 6% during the Biden administration, compared to a 20% jump in the foreign-born workforce. Job growth in the foreign-born workforce actually exceeded the native-born in 15 out of the 35 months, more than 40% of the time. As a result, the foreign-born have increased from 17% to 19% of the workforce between 2021 and the end of 2023. Despite the continuing positive economic headlines, employment has actually fallen recently, with 1.4 million no longer employed, with the native-born making up 97% of the decline. But let's see what happens when we focus on Americans first. This graph shows that for the first time since October 2009, the Trump administration had a higher job growth rate for the American-born than the foreign-born. Americans' job growth rate surpassed the foreign-born from July 2019 until March 2021. The foreign-born growth rate has been higher than the U.S.-born for the duration of his term since. While the Trump administration's economy helped Americans get jobs, the Biden administration has encouraged millions of illegal intruders to cross the border, helping employers find cheap workers rather than Americans.